Let's take a look at a simple inline assembly program to compute the factorial of a given number. The program starts off prompting the user to enter an input number, and it calls the fact function and passes the number entered by the user as an argument. The fact function then computes the factorial of the number and it returns the final result. So let's take a closer look at the fact function. We start off by declaring a variable called result, and this variable result will hold the final result of the function. So the result variable will contain the factorial of the number. The first instruction here is a move q instruction, and it moves the value of the input number n into the RCX register. So at the completion of this instruction, RCX is loaded with the input number n whose factorial is to be computed. The next instruction moves a value of 1 into the RAX register. So this is more like an initialization instruction. So the register RAX is going to contain the result of the multiplications that are going to be done by the program. So we initialize the value in RAX to 1. The next two instructions are to handle the special case when the input number n is a 0. So in other words, if it turns out that we have to compute 0 factorial, the next two instructions do some special processing for that. So what the compare instruction does here is it's merely comparing the value in RCX with 0 and checking to see if the input value is equal to 0. And remember that we've already loaded the RCX register with the input value, so at this point RCX register has the input value and it's being compared with a value of 0 to see if the input is 0. The result of the compare will set certain flags in the eFlags register, and if the result if the value in RCX happens to be equal to 0, the 0 flag, the ZF in eFlags register, will be set. The next instruction is a conditional move instruction, and the conditional move instruction does moves conditionally based on certain conditions which are specified in the instruction. So in this case, the condition that we are specifying is indicated by the letter E. So the C move E. The condition that we are looking for when we do the conditional move is the eFlags ZF being set, and if that condition is met, then we move the value of RAX into RCX, which means that whenever RCX is 0, we move the value of RAX into RCX. So RCX gets loaded with a value of 1. The next two instructions are the instructions which compute the factorial of the number. So what we are doing here is using the IMUL instruction with the RCX operand. So a quick look at the Intel specification for IMUL instruction. It shows several different flavors of IMUL here. The flavor that I'm using in this program is the IMUL R/M64, and essentially this says that the IMUL instruction can have either a register 64, R64 as an operand, or M64, which is a memory 64. So in this case, since I'm using the RCX register, we are using IMUL R64. So let's look at the description section here to see what the operation of the instruction is. So the instruction operates by taking the value in RAX and it multiplies the value in RAX with the operand of the IMUL instruction. So if you specify RCX as the operand for IMUL, it will multiply the value in RAX with the value in RCX, and the result of this multiplication will be saved in the RDX RAX pair register. So moving back to our program here, we use IMUL RCX, and what this multiplication does is it takes the value in RCX, multiplies it with RAX, and saves the result in RDX and RAX. So we map the output value of the instruction which is in the RAX register to our result variable, which is going to store the final result. So once a single multiplication has been done, we move to the next instruction, which is the loop instruction. The loop instruction decrements the value in RCX, and if RCX is not equal to 0, it jumps back to the label continue, and it again repeats the multiplication with the new decremented value of RCX. So once we are done with this operation, that is when RCX is equal to 0, we break out of the loop, so the value result will have the updated factorial result saved in it. So the function will then return the value of the variable result, and it will terminate. So let's take a quick look at the results of this program. I have a sample make file here which I find very convenient to build the sources. So start off with make, and once it's built, I then run the executable. So as expected, it prompts us for an input number. The first time I enter a regular a number 5, and it gives me a value of 120, which is matching my expectation. And the next time, let's see if the special case code that we put in for a value of 0, if that works or not. So I enter a value of 0 for the number for which the factorial is to be computed, and I expect a result of 1, and the program does give me 1, which seems to indicate that the conditional move code that we put in seems to work as expected.